universe is... Wait, is that fucking how it works? Shit. Hey, I'm CJ and welcome to my channel where we are going to reach enlightenment. Book report, book report. Okay, so I came across this book. Let's find how to put it on the screen. There we go. So I came across this book, Gurdjieff, Cosmic Secrets by Russell A. Smith. All right, so this jumped out to me because of Gurdjieff. Gurdjieff is behind it's not a religion, but I'd call it a spiritual practice called Fourth Way. The premise of this book is that there are numbers that rule the universe. So our universe, our solar system, our planet are all governed by certain laws. Behind these laws is a mathematical equation that is kind of like the operating system of the universe. You need to understand this math before you attain any kind of enlightenment. Otherwise, things are not going to make sense in the way that they should. I found that the first few chapters of this book were actually fun. It's like one giant math problem. It's been a long time since I had any math homework. Speaking of, there actually is legit homework in the book. Some of the homework was actually about building 3D models, so it gets pretty intense if you choose to take that journey. All right, so to get into some of the fundamental lessons of this book, we're going to talk about two main laws, the law of 3 and the law of 7. Before the universe existed, we're calling this the absolute. In the absolute, there were 3 points, the positive, the negative, and the neutral. These are the 3 points behind all things. However, these 3 points before the universe existed, when it was the absolute, existed in such a way that our human minds cannot comprehend. So we have the positive, the negative, and the neutral occupying each of the 3 spots. So I don't know, imagine it's something in the 5th dimension that our brain just couldn't handle. So in order for the universe to form, these 3 forces separated. And so this now exists in a paradigm we can understand with the positive, the negative, and the neutral. So as the universe was created, it falls under the law of 7. The universe is a diatonic universe. Diatonic is that scale you're probably familiar with, the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So we start off with the diatonic scale, and we learn that within this scale there are 3, surprise, we learn that within this scale there are 3 major points. Within these 3 major points in the scale, we learn that we can divide any diatonic scale into 3 more diatonic scales. It goes on. You can create 3 more octaves from any octave, and you learn through the math of this book to move up and down in time and space depending on what octave you are aware of. Now, as this math allegedly underlies everything in the universe, we start looking for the proof of this. There's nothing like reading about RNA protein synthesis, the Fibonacci sequence, periodic table to really understand how bad your public education let you down. Now, one of the things that drives me crazy is we got halfway through the book and we actually did take a break from the math, which was nice. However, that break was pages of quotes by Gurdjieff, who I've never read any of his original works before. It was dense. It was very hard to understand. Part of it was because of so many vocabulary words with 0 context. So just for fun, here are some of the vocab we tried to understand as we plowed through.
Trago auto egocrat. Harnell miatzenel. Deftero eerie. Asanbaluyazar.
I really have a newfound respect for Russell A. Smith. The way it seems to go is that you don't read a lot of books by Gurdjieff. You read a lot of books by his disciples or people that have studied his works because the original is near impossible to read.
Heptaparaparshinok. Fucking hell.
Did this book give me the foundation I need for enlightenment and understanding the universe as an enlightened person? I have no idea. Now, ultimately, I found this to be an interesting theory about how the universe works, especially when we think about if the universe we live in is any kind of a simulation, hologram, the matrix. It's interesting to look at the kind of numbers that might actually be behind such a thing. These 150 pages took me about 4 times as long as reading any other book of that length. So definitely worth it if you're looking to expand your mind and read some interesting theories about how the universe works. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, comment below or give me suggestions on other videos you'd like me to cover. And I'll see you next time.